All right, this is the Bauer brand backpack that we found at Harbor Freight Tools to use as the basis for building a bug out bag or emergency kit that you would put in your car or maybe potentially keep around your house. And this was the bag that we found. Now, Harbor Freight sells different conveyances. They sell big tool bags. A particular individual here the last several weeks had put out a video on Harbor Freight tool type bug out bag, and the things that they bought they didn't have this bag or they couldn't find it, and so they got an oversized tool bag, regular satchel type tool bag with a shoulder strap, and said, well, this could be used as a supplement. And that's true, it could be used as a supplement, but think about the application. You're stuck on the highway somewhere, you're stuck 5 or 10 miles outside of town, and you got to walk back home. That shoulder strap is going to dig into your neck, is going to be very uncomfortable. People who've used these over-the-shoulder single strap backpacks complain of, after a while, it begins to wear on your neck and shoulder. So backpack's the way to go if you can, and I'm quite sure the individual would have used a backpack if they had found it. But this is their Bauer brand. This is the unique brand for Harbor Freight. And again, just like I mentioned in the previous video, it's made in China, and it looks like, from looking at Harbor Freight's background and their shipping history and things like this, it looks like what they're doing is they're buying backpacks already made and equipment that's already made, putting their brand name on it, and Bauer is one of them, and selling them in their stores at a reduced cost. So you can see the specs on this particular bag on Harbor Freight's website, as well as the information that we were providing here. So this bag has its limitations, though. It has its pros and cons, and we're going to discuss those briefly here now as we go through this. So we see here this backpack. Now, this is a job site backpack, a normal tool bag type thing. You would see similar bags in Home Depot or Lowe's. One of the positive things about this bag, and one of the features that really sticks out on this bag, is the bottom. The bottom here is a rubberized plastic, hard plastic, designed that way for a couple of reasons. One, if you're out on a website where the ground is muddy and dirty, setting this down isn't going to be an issue as far as keeping your tools from getting wet or whatever. The other thing here is that the canvas part of the bag is riveted to the bottom here. So this is also a negative in the sense that it reduces the bag's ability to expand. All right, as we see here, the bag is a thin bag. This is a thin bag, so putting things in it means it's going to expand this way. And because the bottom is riveted like it is, it kind of limits how much that expands. So keep that in mind if you decide you want to get a bag like this, maybe not this particular one, but maybe a similar one in another store, okay? So, as we can see on the front here, it has the daisy chain system, and you can take carabiners and lash things on there. If you want to get a big giant roll of 2-inch duct tape, you can do that. That's what Dave Canterbury recommends in his 10 C's of Survivability. But, again, it's up to you on how much space you want to save and things like that. Or you can put a canteen cup on here, put with a carabiner and things like that. So there's a couple things you can do with these type of things. So on the front here, you have basic 2 pockets right here on the front. You have this pocket here, then you have this smaller one up here. This pocket here would normally be an admin pocket, but when we open it up, we find out there's no admin points here. There's no points for pens or pencils or anything like that. It's just a general storage pocket to put different things in. I suspect it's for smaller hand tools like wrenches or a socket set or something like this. On the top here, you have a smaller pouch here, and normally on a bag that has a pouch like this, you would want to put your sunglasses or something like that in. However, it's probably going to be kind of dangerous because it's not padded or fleece lined or anything like that. It's probably designed for smaller instruments, like for from a tool application, you're probably going to put bits in here for a screwdriver or bits in here for a ratchet or something like this. So that's what that was designed for. So be careful if you want to stick your favorite sunglasses. You want to stick your $300 Oakleys in there, you're probably taking a risk, okay? Now it has, on the outside here on the side, it has an Expando Pocket for a water bottle. Now, this pocket for a water bottle only fits two sizes. The 20-ounce water bottle, Dasani or any of those other ones, Aquafina, just a 20-ouncer, not the 32-ouncer. Or the 27-ounce Nalgene stainless steel water bottle, or a similar diameter type drink bottle. You're not going to get a military style canteen in here. You're not going to get a Dave Canterbury Self-Reliance Outfitter Store cook set in here. This was not designed for that. This pocket was not designed, and you just won't get it in there. It just won't. You could maybe put a 12-ounce can of soda pop in here, or you could put, you know, one of the little small 20-ounce bottles of your favorite soft drink in here, something like that, or maybe a Gatorade bottle, but you're not going to get anything that's going to be 32 ounces, and you're definitely not going to get a GSI nesting cup in here either. All right, so has its limitations. On the other side, we have another pocket. All right, I'll turn this around so you can see it. Okay, you have a pocket here. All right, and on the side here, you have a metal clipping point. This metal clipping point was designed to put a measuring tape on. However, you can put a smaller pouch that has maybe a Molly type strap clip to it, or an Alice type clip. You could probably fit it in here and do okay. This pouch here, however, I know some of you are thinking like, well, I'll stick my favorite axe in there. I'll stick something like a bigger tool in there. You can, but you're going to have to lash it down because this is not an Expando Pocket. You put something in here and it's going to fall out. And again, this size of this pocket is similar to the one on the other side. You're not going to get anything bigger than really a 20-ounce bottle of water, or a similar size bottle, liquid drink kind of bottle in here, or can. You're not going to get anything much bigger than that. I suspect this is probably designed to put, you know, a can of WD-40 in or something like that. So, limitations, okay? So be careful with this pocket here. Now, as we open up the two compartments, in the two main compartments, as you can see, it has a good carrying handle here, and in the back there's another carrying handle. So it has some pretty good handling. Again, the stitching, I don't know much about. You could fill this thing up, you know, and it rip. But then again, it might hold up pretty good. The zippers on this thing look pretty good. They're not YKK like a lot of people like, but they are here. So on this first main compartment we have here is kind of interesting because it's a tool bag. It has a unique setup. Okay, as you open this up, this is kind of stiff. Okay, as you open this up, on the inside you have a mesh pocket. And then you have this big storage compartment where you can fit different items in. Then on the front here, in the back end here rather, is where you have some other pockets. You have a big pocket here, all right, that you might be thinking, well, I could put my glasses in there. Okay, well, that's a possibility, but again, this is a tool bag designed to put tools in, okay? You do have an admin section. You have three little admin loops on this side, and then on this other side, you have three more what I call admin loops for pens or pencils or something like that. Then you have this middle Velcroed pocket here. Then you have these three little stash pockets right here. All right. Again, as you're thinking about this, you're probably going like, wow, you know, I'm already got my mind going on things I could put in here. Remember, this thing is designed to carry tools. It's not designed for you to outfit a multi-day hike kit loadout on. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, you can still use this for everyday carry, or you can even use it as emergency or a bob. But what you put in here is going to have to be very well thought out and very creative on how you store it, stash it in here. Okay, and then of course you have all this up in here, this open space within here. But again, it's not going to expand very far. So you're not, for example, you're going to have a hard time getting even an ultralight maybe sleeping bag in here unless you really know how to crunch them down. As an example. Okay. So these are the two. This is the first main pocket, and then you have a second major pocket in the back here, and this is really for what I would call, you could put a computer in here. There's no hook for a water reservoir bladder type thing, camelback type thing, and there's a big compartment here. Now, if you wanted to set the tarps that they sell at Harbor Freight, if you wanted to fold it over maybe once or twice, you could probably fit that in here and use that as part of your cover item, etc. But that's up to you and your choice. Okay. Now, as we move around here to the shoulder strap area of the bag, this is another positive I think on this bag, is you have some very thick padded shoulder straps. Okay, both these are very well padded. You have they're in this U-shaped collar type situation here, and so that creates a lot of comfort for most people on their back. And then on the back end here, that fits up against your back, you have three pretty robust pads. You have a lumbar pad, and then you have your two shoulder blade pads. Okay, and they're very thick. Okay, you may not be able to tell it here, but these are pretty thick. Go into your Harbor Freight store and look at this. And then of course it creates this air pocket flow to help keep your back dry and things like that. Now, it has an inside strap here. What's that inside strap for? That's for slipping over the handle of a rollaway toolbox or tool chest set. That's what this is for. All right, you're not going to lash some tool back here because you'll end up messing your back up. Now, on the front here on the straps, okay, just want to point this out as well. It does have this Molly Powell's type strapping on the front. So, and then you have one little attachment point here for this on this logo strip here. So what you can do potentially is you could hook up your compass on the outside, or your tourniquet or something of that nature, or maybe your flashlight pouch, and put your flashlight in here if you have a normal flashlight. But something like this. Now, the other thing this thing does not have, it does not have a waist strap. Okay, again, this bag was not designed for an outdoor application in the field to be used as an assault bag or a rucksack or ultralight bag or something like that. It was designed to carry tools. Now, as we close this overview of this bag as a conveyance for the bug out bag emergency kit items that we found at Harbor Freight, just remember this bag has its limitations. My recommendation is you can use it as a EDC bag if that's what you want to use it for, if you want something this heavy duty, or this is a bag that you can store some basic emergency items in. If you're a commuter somewhere, if you commute back and forth to work any distance, to throw it in the trunk of your car, and it'll probably be okay for the use for that particular application. But again, I want to caution you to don't get starry-eyed with this bag and think you're going to take it out on the trail for 3 or 4 days or a couple of weeks up in Alaska on a hunting trip and have it really work out for you, because you'll probably be disappointed. But again, it's a matter of opinion, it's a matter of what you want to do, and it's a matter of how you feel you're going to use some of this stuff. But always, 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 is I'll say a caution again, be very careful with the stuff you buy on the cheap at some of these stores, because they do have their limitations. Okay, so that's our overview of this bag from Harbor Freight Tools that we decided to use as the conveyance to put our Harbor Freight tool bug out bag / emergency kit items in. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Look to see your comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. And before we go, I want to leave you with this thought: to stay safe, stay prepared, and eventually I want to see you out on the trail. Till next time, take care.